Top 10 Scammers of 2024. Apost Theophilus Oluche Ebonyi, the General Overseer of Faith on the Rock Ministry International, arrested for allegedly defrauding his church members out of 1.3 billion naira. The pastor convinced his members to pay up to 1.8 million naira each for them to stand a chance of being the partakers of a $20,000 Ford Foundation grant, which he claimed he had already secured. But this was all a sham. The Ford Foundation representative denied any link with the apostle. So far, there have been no update on the whereabouts of the pastor. He hasn't been sentenced yet. Abayomi Segun Oluwaseshan, arrested for stealing over 87 billion naira from his company, Africa Arbitrage System. Abayomi, who was employed as a web developer and also entrusted with all the users' sensitive data, managed to gain access to the accounts of hundreds of users and siphoned off the money. He was arrested by the Interpol, and ever since he has been in and out of prison. Now, he is currently behind bars, awaiting sentencing. Christopher Jackson Ede, former Fidelity Bank staff, arrested for allegedly tampering with his customers' accounts, gaining unauthorized access to the money in the accounts and transferring 2.7 billion naira out of it. Christopher stole the money from accounts of big names like Dangote Cement, NNPC, Lagos State Government, and the Kano State Government Power Intervention Fund, giving him access to steal billions of naira. He pleaded not guilty to the charges against him and was granted bail of 5 million naira. Benjamin Ika, jailed for $1.6 million cryptocurrency scam. Benjamin used a fraudulent cryptocurrency investment website to deceive his victims from South Africa, Norway, the United Kingdom, and Barbados, resulting in a loss of 26 bitcoins as of February 2023. The EFCC traced the owner's record of the website to Benjamin. When faced with the undeniable facts, he confessed to the crimes. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Augustine Maduabuchi and Chinedu Onyeobi, jailed in India for $340,000 romance scam. One unfortunate Indian woman met Augustine online in a dating app. Soon enough, they fell madly in love. This is because Augustine used fake profiles and told various lies, making him very admirable to the woman. The two men played different roles in deceiving and duping her out of her hard-earned money. Eventually, when she discovered she was scammed, she reported to the police. The two men were arrested and jailed. Number of years not disclosed. Joshua Shonobi, jailed for running a twisted visa and marriage scam in the US. Using his position as pastor of New Life City Church, Joshua recruited struggling US citizens from his church. He then connected them with foreign nationals, mostly Nigerians, who were seeking permanent residency in the US. When federal authorities figured out what was going on, they discovered over 60 dubious marriages. Joshua was sentenced to 18 months in prison. Wuku Plos, former manager of First City Monument Bank, jailed for stealing 112 million naira from his customer. Wuku, who was the former manager of First City Monument Bank, convinced the customer, Idemili Microfinance Bank, to invest the large sum of money in a fixed deposit with FCMB, but he never actually deposited the money. Instead, Wuku kept it for himself and issued a fake fixed deposit certificate to cover his tracks. He was eventually arrested and sentenced to 112 years in prison for his crime. Marco Antonio Ramirez, jailed for $1.2 million visa fraud. Ramirez convinced Nigerian investors into investing in his company with the promise of giving them an EB5 visa in return. The EB5 visa program allows foreign investors to obtain US residency by investing in American businesses. He was found guilty on all counts against him and was sentenced to 74 years in prison. Darlington Urugo and Jasmine Sood, arrested for over $3 million scam targeting elderly Americans. Darlington and his fiancée, Jasmine, created fake online profiles to target widows and lonely people. They would sweet-talk their victims on social media and dating sites, building trust until they convinced them to send large sums of money. If convicted, Darlington Urugo is facing a maximum of 42 years in prison, while his fiancée is looking at 30 years in prison. Edris Bakari, jailed for 40 million naira fuel scam. Bakari, who was a fueler responsible for dispensing jet fuel directly to British Airways aircrafts, this gave him a prime opportunity to steal. Instead of filling the aeroplanes with the full amount of fuel they needed, Bakari stole some of the fuel. He then sold this stolen fuel to his criminal business partners at cheaper prices and pocketed the money. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison. Thanks for sticking to the end. Tell me, which of these stories shocked you the most? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, stay safe.